Welcome back to the Pursuit of Accuracy, and in today's video we're going to be looking at what some people are calling the best precision rimfire available on the market. Now everybody has different criteria of what's going to make the best precision 22 long rifle. Some of you are going to say price, some accuracy, some fit and finish, some the overall feel and shootability of the rifle. So if you're curious what that rimfire might be, stand by and watch my cheesy intro and then we'll get right into it. So I think you will have noticed by the intro that we are talking about the Zermatt Arms Rimx rifle. Now this is a 22 long rifle repeater, and it's worth pointing out that Zermatt Arms only sells the action for the Rimx. So you can't buy a complete rifle from Zermatt Arms. You are going to have to find a gunsmith or a rifle builder who sells this as a complete rifle, which is both good and bad. The good is you are going to have complete control over how your rifle gets built, what barrel gets put on it, and by who. The problem with that is that means it's going to be less readily available, and you're going to have to do quite a bit more digging around to find a Rimx rifle. This is not something you are going to go to your local Cabela's, Bass Pro, or Sportsman's Warehouse and buy off the shelf. So given the criteria we mentioned before, let's take a more in-depth look at this rifle, and I'll break down my experiences over the last several weeks of shooting and owning this rifle. So probably the best way to tackle that is to list this out by pros and cons and go into each category, and then at the end let you make your own decision. So pros for this rifle. First of all, once you get it, it screams quality. This is a true precision rimfire. I put this right up there with a Voodoo V22 360 with Anschutz. The quality is 100% there. You are going to spend the extra money, but the fit, finish, and feel of this rifle is second to none. So another pro is reliability, and specifically the magazine. With the Rimx 22 long rifle, you are going to get a single 10-round magazine. Now this is going to be billet aluminum, and the coolest part is if you look there at that silver tab, that is an adjustable mag catch. So no matter what stock or chassis you're shooting this out of, you can adjust this so that you get perfect fitment every time. Another big benefit is this stagger here. You can see how this follower is at an angle. What that does is prevents rim lock. Every time you push a new round in this magazine, the round below it goes further back. So it is impossible to rim lock this magazine, which is probably some of the biggest complaints about the Voodoo. So I will go out on a limb here and say that the Rimx magazine is the best 22 long rifle magazine on the market, period. There's just nothing out there that compares to the magazine. Another obvious and big benefit to this rifle is accuracy. The raw potential for this rifle to shoot accurately is just there. So I have a limited amount of ammunition, but I was able to kind of go through that, do a little testing, and this rifle actually preferred the lot of 10X that my Voodoo rifle likes. So that's what we shot with this, and let's take a look at those groups now. So I wanted to include all groups in that. You're seeing it from a cold bore and a clean barrel all the way to being fouled in. And that's not with lot tested ammunition. It's just ammunition that I had around, and you can see that it has crazy good potential to shoot .2s all the time. I'm going to test more ammunition, and we will follow up with that again with lot tested ammunition for this rifle to see if we can keep all those groups in .2 to .3 range, and I really think that we can with the Rimx. Now the last pro I want to talk about is compatibility. This is also 700 Remington short action compatible, just like the Voodoo, the B14R. So you're looking at all the same things. You're able to put this into an MDT ACC or your favorite Remington 700 chassis. You're able to use Remington 700 triggers. In this particular rifle, I'm trying a new trigger, and it is the Bixen Andy Tac Sport Pro. If you have the opportunity to give one a try, I highly recommend it. I got mine from bulletcentral.com, and since I've set it up, I've had absolutely no issues with it, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorites. We're gonna give it a go from the bench, so it's more kind of on the gun than me when we were on the prop. So let's see what we got here. All right, these are kind of the gimmies. And that barely hit left edge, gonna hold off right. Yeah, we're already holding wind. Bracketing about 0.2 mil of wind. Barely nicked that on the right side, so the wind died. See if we can hit that quarter. Oh, wind died out. And there it is. So con number one, and it's not alone in this category, is that it costs a bunch of money. You're looking at $1,700 to $2,000 to get a barreled action, and that's gonna largely depend who does it, what barrel you use, but that's a good price range to figure on if you're looking at getting in one of these. And that leads us to the second con, which is what I think will make or break this rifle depending on how you value certain things. So first I want to say that I think the bolt construction of this is really good. I really like the engineering. The fit and finish here is just freaking excellent, but there is a flaw here, and like the Voodoo, this is a controlled round feed, which is good. And if you don't know what that is, basically your magazine, when it's inserted in the rifle, the bolt's gonna sit on top and it's gonna ride across and push that round out. As that round hits this little gap right here, it's going to jump into the bolt face behind the extractor. Now, once that cartridge is inside the bolt face, it's gonna go directly in the chamber. You're gonna be able to lock that bolt, fire the round, and extract and eject that round. And so far, mine has been 100% reliable, but there is an Achilles heel here. This extractor is fixed to the bolt head. It is secured. It cannot move. So on a Voodoo, it actually is kind of spring tension. If you had a round in the chamber and it wasn't in the bolt face, you can still close your bolt over that round and fire it. On the Rimx, that is not possible. You will break your extractor if you attempt to do that. So if you're looking at comparing this with a Voodoo, you've kind of got to look at the pros and the cons of each rifle. While the Voodoo has notoriously had magazine issues, it does not have an issue with extracting, ejecting, or having to reclose on a round. You're in no danger of breaking the extractor. While I believe that the Rimx with its current magazine will be a ton more reliable and a lot easier for the end user to use, there is a small chance that you could break the extractors. Now, the easy solution to that is buy the spare parts kit from Zermatt Arms and carry a spare parts kit with you. If you break your extractor, that's going to certainly ruin your stage, but you'll be able to replace it with one Allen screw. It's not going to take you very long. You can definitely just do it in the field and you're going to be back up and running. But it is something to consider, especially when you're dropping north of $2,000 on a premium rifle, that it does have that flaw. So, having seen and heard all this in this video, I would love to know what your thoughts are. Do you think that the Zermatt Arms Rimx is the best precision .22 long rifle on the market right now? If not, let me know what you think is. Is it the Anschutz, the CZ, the Bergara, the Voodoo, possibly some rifle I've never heard about? I hope if you were considering a Rimx or a Voodoo that this video has helped you. If it did, throw me a like. Toss a comment down there and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. All that helps a tremendous amount. And I want to say that I truly appreciate all your support in 2022. We were at nearly 20,000 subscribers. It's been a very successful year for the channel, and I have you guys to thank for that. So I appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next one.